TYT Sports, here with the Hebrew Hammers, Rick and Ben. So, okay. Was that good? No? Okay. This was a gymnast named Shin Soo-Ji, related to Shin Soo-Ji, as a matter of fact.
Shin Soo-Ji.
Soo-Ji. What did I say?
Something else.
Okay, well, that's her name. Yeah. And she's a rhythmic gymnast. We'll tell you a little bit more about her in a moment. However, we've discussed first pitches ad nauseum, it seems, on TYT Sports. This is probably the coolest one you'll ever see. This is
before the Doosan Bears Samsung Lions game. Yeah. How weird is it to see
our softball team is the Toshiba Pirates, correct? How
weird is it, to see a team named the Samsung Lions?
Very weird.
Anyway, this is a Korean baseball league.
In South Korea.
This is an impressive first pitch.
일 것 같은데요. 예. 오. 우와, 좋아요. 최초로 시도되는 투구폼인데요.
First of all, I can't understand a word these announcers are saying.
Yeah, per the usual.
Like right at the beginning here, Rick. So it's this moment right here. So she sticks her
ass
right out, and you're like, oh my God. And then I had this panic because it's a gymnast, right? And I thought, oh shit, what if she's 14, right? And I was like, no, forget it. That's just how she does the rhythm. And I looked her up. She's 21, so feel free.
Yeah.
She knew what she was doing.
Feel free to
ogle. Very impressive all the way around.
Yeah.
So there was a link in one of the stories, because when I went to look up how old she was and discovered she was 21, it wasn't that easy to find. But I found it in another story about a story about her making that pitch, right? Mm-hmm. And that linked to another first pitch in Asia.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Right, that I think is worth checking out. This is Mariah Carey before a Japanese game a couple years ago. Look what she's wearing.
Girl looks good.
Right. Oh, she looks fantastic.
That was her in her prime.
Ready? Okay. But she doesn't care. God bless her. She's like,
I haven't played a game of baseball in her life.
She's like, it's not why I'm on the planet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here to sing. Anyway, I thought that was amusing.
Which one was worse, Mariah Carey or Baba Booey?
Baba Booey.
Yeah. At least he got it there, though.
She was directional. Baba Booey nearly took out an umpire.
Baba Booey was directional. He just would have hit the guy in the head.
Even close.
Look, if the dude kept his bat right here, it would have hit his bat and they would have recorded the out.
Speaking of the bat, how great is it for Shin Soo-Ji and throwing out the first pitch there in Korea? They put a hitter up there.
Yeah,
There's a guy at the plate.
Yeah. Should we do that more often?
Yeah, we should do that. That was guy.
Should we also have guys who basically have the uniform on but have humongous heads as well?
Right. And I don't know the mascots need to be involved.
No, forget about the mascots. Just put someone in the batter's box.
Were you referring to the fact that Koreans stereotypically have large heads? Were you
were
you being racialist?
There were mascots there.
Rick was being racialist.
Ass bag.
We'll have to edit
All right.
that out.
So, by the way, do you know what she finished in the individual medley at the Beijing Olympics? Would you like to take a guess?
9th.
12th.
Oh, is that
Finished
right?
12th. So she's not even the best rhythmic gymnast.
I bet she made it. My hunch is the other rhythmic gymnast. The other rhythmic gymnast.
Okay.
Don't get it to the plate.
Should they Twita?
Yeah. So I think she's
Twita with Dwight Howard.
She should work throwing a pitch into her routine, and maybe she'll win in 2016 at wherever the hell those Olympics are.